Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, and we're back again into live broadcast. And I'm going to share with you a message that I've started, and this message means so much to me. And today, I'm going to talk about very important things that you, my sister, my brother, a child of God, a child of the Most High King, where you are now, whatever you are going through, we all know our world has changed forever since COVID-19 visited the whole human kingdom a year ago. Has changed everybody, and it has also changed everything. But what it has not changed at all is the Word of God. The Word of God stands strong. It stands for a test of time. Nothing has changed about what the Word of God says about you. So today, I want to say this, or I want to ask you to do this. You must ask life, because as long as you are breathing, there is life in you. So stop whatever you are doing today and sit yourself down. Sit down. Stop the noise around you. Block everybody out of your life. And then give yourself a time. Just decide in your mind that you're going to give yourself a time. Give yourself a time. Cancel every plan. Everything that is going on in your life, cut it off. And just give yourself a time. A time of reflection. A time of rejuvenating. A time of relax. A time of shutting down your mind, which is your ego, that drive you crazy, that cause you to worry so much, that want things for itself and it doesn't care about anybody else. Calm the mind. Shut the brain down completely. And move from your mind to your heart. Switch completely. Get out of the head that making you thinking and you can't stop thinking and you having all the headache and you're about to have aneurysm. Stop it and just sit down for the first time and calm yourself down and begin to do breathing prayers. Breathing prayers is a breathing that when you breathe in, you go inside of you and look for the pain, the hurt, the rejection, the abuse, the embarrassment, the setback, the fear, the anger, the bitterness, and the worries, all of those elements that has been compounded inside of you. You breathe in like this, and then you breathe out. When you are breathing out, watch all those things coming out of you and release it to the air. Do that for about 12 times while you sit calmly. Breathe in and out until breathe everything that is bothering you. If it's worried, that is one of the breathing that you would do. Fear, until you are able to know that everything that is bothering you, you have breathed it out. And then sit for about a second again. And this time, when you are breathing in, breathe in and get the energy of joy, peace, harmony, everything, and see yourself breathing in all this life into your body again. Bear in mind, you breathe in, things out. You need to find another things to replace it, so you don't leave a vacuum inside of you. So you breathe in all the things that were bothering you, and then you do another prayer. Breathe in, that you breathe in what you want your life to exhibit, what you want to flow out of you, because what is inside of you is what you pray out. So if you don't want the things that is in you, do the breathing prayer and breathe in and let it go. I know this is very strange to some of you. What is breathing prayer? Yes, you can do breathing prayer to heal yourself. So I'm teaching you today to relax and do the breathing prayer for at least 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then do another 12, which is 24. Breathe in and out like that, 24. 12 for all the negative energy in your system. Breathe it out. And do another 12 for all the positive energy that you want to flow through you, to the universe, to your family, to your husband, to your children, to your neighbor, to your atmosphere. So you do those breathing prayers. And then when you finish those breathing prayers, you sit, your spirit, your mind, you calm. By the time you finish doing these 24 breathing prayers, I will teach on that. I will teach on that. And we will do exercise on that. By the time you finish doing these breathing prayers, you will feel fresh and relieved. And then ask yourself, you must ask yourself when you finish this, that you must ask life, the life that you have, the most precious commodities in your life, the most wealthy element in your life. Because the person who is dead is not wealthy. He's dead. But whosoever that have life is a wealthy person. Why? Because it doesn't matter what circumstance you are in it, as long as you have life, you can change your circumstance. So the richest man in the world, the wealthiest man, is the one that live and have life. Yes, that is my philosophy. The wealthiest and the richest man in the world is every man or every woman who has life in him or her or breathing. If you have a life, you are wealthy. Because no matter how bad your circumstances, you can change. You can change it. Your circumstance can change. So as long as you have wealth, as long as you have life, you can change your circumstance. And so ask yourself, ask life, what purpose life have for you? What purpose life has for you? Ask the life in you. Ask the life, what purpose did he has for you? What did you want? What did life want you to fulfill? What legacy that life wants you to leave? Ask. And when you ask that question, sit down, settle down, close your eyes, go deep inside of you, and shut every noise down, and be quiet and calm for the first time in your life. And sit down in a meditation mood. Relax. Relax all the muscles and your body. Relax. Bear in mind, you just finished doing a breathing prayer. So your muscles are relaxed. All the negative energies has left you. What is left for you now is to receive the power of the Holy Spirit flowing, energizing, flowing through you, because you have called positive energy to invade your body. So those positive energy need to be able to germinate forces that has to, energy waves that has to come out of you. So allow it, the exuberance of it, the power of it, overtake your whole body while you thinking and you are asking life what purpose life has for you. And in the middle of this, as you meditate upon it, as you sit quietly, as you begin to feel the peace and the tranquility and the openness, for the first time hearing yourself, rejoicing, not in your head, but in your heart. When you begin to feel the peace that passes man understanding inside of you, feeling it, and it now rising up from you and taking over your whole being, that is the most beautiful thing you will ever experience in life. I will teach on all these subjects. The meaning of peace. When Jesus said, "Peace be unto the disciples," he meant something more than just saying peace. The meaning of peace, I will teach on that. So when you allow that rise up in you and it begins to explode for the first time in your life, you will know that your life is meant for a purpose. And all the noise that was going on was meant to destroy you. And you will begin to feel a new life. You will feel the presence of God in you. You will understand the word "I am." And you will not allow anybody to tell you something that you are not. And you will begin to change your language. You will begin to speak the life, the words that brings life. You know me, all my messages in YouTube, I talk about the power of your word, and words are spirit. If you never heard about me, Go to Google and just Google Dr. Beatrice Nana Ofusua, and all my messages will line up. I talk about the power of words, the importance of your word. I teach about words are spirit. It's a creative force. And you are the creator because you speak the word. So when you speak the word, you create words and you create things that form the manacles and the atmosphere. It forms spirits that create things. So when you learn how to control your word and you stop speaking negative things and speak positive things, you change the atmosphere. And this is what, so when you begin to go internally and begin to think and ask life what purpose does life has for you, first thing that life will teach you, first lesson one, is life will ask you, do you know who you are? Do you really know who you are? Lesson two, life will ask you, find your voice. You have to find your voice. And then when you find your voice, you celebrate yourself. You celebrate you, not somebody else. How often do we spend time celebrating people and we never celebrate ourselves? The importance of what God has made us to be. So this question, what purpose life has for you, will give you three answers, three basic answers. And spend time and meditate on each one of them. First of all, who you are. Do you know who you are? Today, I want to let you know that there was a time in Jesus' life when he has been with his disciples for so long. And the disciples loved the company of Jesus because it's freeloading, you know. Jesus got all the things that they needed. They are the one that who, you know, they build the crusade, they dismantle. That's the job they do. They walk with Jesus. The crowd come, they settle them down, they make sure they all feeling good, and at the end of the day, they eat the remaining of whatever that left over, and they always eat, and there is more than enough to eat. And so they're having fun with Jesus, or the miracle, the fame, and the things, people accolading them and talking good about them, and they enjoy that company. But Jesus thought of it one day and said, did these people really know who I am? Or do they themselves know who they are? Because if you have been with me from 2.5 years, you should be able to know who I am. That will make you also know who you are. So he decided to pose this question to the disciples. And he said, hey guys, what do people say I am? He was so very smart. He didn't put a direct question. He put indirect question. He wanted to see what they are hearing from the outside. What are people? Are they paying attention, or are they listening to what people are saying about them and Jesus himself? So he asked them, what do people say I am? That's a character check. Jesus wants them to be accountable. Jesus wants them to be responsible. Jesus wants them to be knowledgeable. Jesus wants them to accept the present situation and the present life they are living. He wants them to be present. with him. He wants them to be present with themselves. He wants them to stop their mind wandering everywhere and all kinds of crazy thought that is going on in their mind. And I have another book that called Thought War. We're going to talk about that one. So he wants their mind to come home at where they were at that time, because when somebody post a question like that to you, quickly you become aware of yourself, and then you want to think, oh, okay. He wants them to come home immediately. Whatever that was going on in their mind and what they were thinking about. Jesus was so much concerned about that. And he wants them to come home and to be able to answer that question. So he posed that question. Who do people say I am? The greatest achievement you will achieve in your life, my sister, my brother, it's not about earning university degree or earning PhD or go to school to the uttermost of your life or acquire the most highest, richest wealth or wealth you can be. A wealthy man or woman you can be. You can acquire all that, but if you do not know who you are, no matter what will be entrusted into your care, you will never find the value of it. To be able to be valued in life and cherish what God has given to you and what you can give to others, and value your life and give valuable things to people who come in contact with you. The first treasure that every man and every woman at the sound of my voice should look for in life is to know who you are. Because when you know who you are, no one can take it away from you. When you know who you are, you will never build your life upon the sun, the sinking sun, as the Bible talks about. You will build your life upon the solid rock of God, the solid rock of Jesus, the solid rock of your faith, the solid rock of your belief. Whatever you believe in it, you will build your faith and your life upon the belief system that you believe on. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Buddhist, whether you are Hindu, whether you are Scientology, whether you are whatever Baha'i faith or whatever religious system that you believe. I am talking to people. I don't know where my tape will land because it's on YouTube. But I want it to be something that whosoever run into it will be able to listen. And if you are a Christian, you need to build your faith upon the solid rock of Jesus that you stand. You can only do that when you know who you are. Because when you know who you are, when the storms of life hit you, it will not destroy you. It will build you. Because storms of life come to do only two things. To either to destroy you or to build you. Simple. And every one of us go to storms of life. I just recorded 4 videos actually on this subject about a storm that hit me in my life in 2003, latter part of 2000 that it started. the wind started blowing, but the eye of the storm hit me on the 4th of January 2004. I think I said in it that 2014. No, not 2014, my dear. That is another storm. I haven't talked about that. But the storm that hit me in 2003 and 4, what I will call it Hurricane Andrew. Because in 1992, in state of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I was there when the Hurricane Andrew came through. So I experienced it firsthand. I was in the house the whole day and night when it passed through. The damage that it inflicted on the people in Louisiana, I was there. I also experienced Hurricane Katrina and also experienced Hurricane Rita. I remember Katrina. I was in Virginia. I took 10 trailer trucks from Maryland, Washington, Westminster, Maryland. I did a campaign and took 10 trailer trucks of medicine, clothing, everything, and we drove it all the way to Louisiana to give it to the people who were affected so much in Katrina time. I have pictures and everything in my portfolio to show you. I did that. So I've went through the most incredible and most dangerous and deadly storms, physical nature challenges. So I will apply that into my life experience of that. Either one of them, but I like Andrew. Because this incident happened to me in Houston, Texas. So it's not too far away from the same geographical location. So I can refer it to my storm, my hurricane's life storm that hit me to the core of my life. That if I did not know who I am that time or who I was that time, that hurricane could have destroyed my life. That was the plan of the enemy that he put together. Another one happened to my life in 2008. Yeah. 208. Another hurricane. And we will talk about that. But let's talk about the one in 2003. The one in 2003. I have to make a decisive decision to choose to go to the left or right. In my life, I have some serious experiences that I learned to trust God with all my might, with all my soul, and every fiber of my being long time ago. The turning point of my life happened to me in 1982, February 3rd. That was the turning point of my life. That changed me. I was a very young girl. It changed my life. I make a destiny decision for life. And because I did that, there has been different series of events, because I became very tenacious. I became very ambitious as well. I have a determination that I will do what I set my mind to do, and nothing will change me. And I will follow the path I chose to walk on, no matter what the cost is. So because I make that decisive decision, the enemy marked me very well and started following me every step all the way. But like I said, when you make a decision to know who you are and believe that what God revealed to you, that is who you are, you stick to God's plan. You stick to that fact. You stick to that truth in your life. Because as time goes on, life will come and ask you, who do people say you are? Life will ask you. Life will ask you. And are you going to dwell on people's opinion, or are you going to dwell on the belief you have in God that you are this? So the first, like I said, the first thing every one of you that is hearing me on this tape, wherever you are, wherever God will let you to run into this tape and listen to, my message to you is that your first treasure, your first worthy mindset that you have to look for in your life, not to get wealth, physical wealth of riches, money or whatever. No. Search to know who you are. Do everything in your power to identify the real you. You have to find that. The moment you discover, that's discovery. You have to do a great research to discover who you are. Self-discovery. That's what I will put it. You have to do self-discovery. No one can discover you. No one can discover you. You have to discover yourself. Who really you are. What were you made of? And what do you have to do? What that meant to you and the people that God is going to bring in your path? And how are you going to do it? What do you need to know? Who did you need to be? What school? What education? Do you need a higher education? Do you need low education? Do you need a medium education? Do you just need an apprentice to learn wisdom?